Slow memory loss is very difficult to reveal and diagnose in oneself, and most people simply do not pay attention to it. Even if you notice some symptoms of forgetfulness, you can say that lack of rest, hard work, and fatigue are the causes. But over time, it will become more and more difficult for you to remember the simplest things. So you need to think about improving your memory right now, even if you don't think you're at risk. The development of memorization skills begins right after birth, as soon as babies learn to distinguish between different objects. But if this skill is not developed and trained in the adulthood, memory will begin to deteriorate and disappear, which can lead to serious consequences. Was it that you couldn't remember some of the yesterday events? Do you constantly forget the names of your friends or relatives? Don't recognize familiar people sometimes? Well, these are the first signs of memory problems. And in this situation, you need to know the exercises and methods that will help you avoid worsening of the condition. Today we are going to tell you about it in detail, but before we move on, make sure to subscribe to the channel to watch the new episodes and big progress. We're doing our best to create interesting content for you. In general, memory is a person's skill to remember information and use it in the future. Some people memorize any information and call it to mind easily if necessary, while others quickly forget everything, even the things that must not be forgotten. This is an individual characteristic of a person that one can and should develop and improve. What are the types of memory? If you're sure that you want to train your memory functions, you need to get a clear understanding of how it works. According to the specifics of storing information in the brain, memory is classified into 4 types. Immediate memory, when everything that happens around the person is immediately forgotten. Short-term memory, in which information is stored for no more than 25 to 35 seconds. Long-term memory, in which all the memories of the person's past are stored. Working memory, that stores the information that the person needs for performing a specific task. Why does memory worsen over the years? Memory impairment can be caused by quite strange reasons. A person may not even assume that these are the factors that lead to forgetfulness. However, each of us should know about them. Stress and anxiety. In stressful situations, the brain constantly concentrates all attention on negative stimuli. It makes the brain work on the top of its capacity, which of course is harmful. Alcohol drinks. Alcohol negatively affects the entire human body, and due to the distorted perception of the surrounding world, some parts of the human brain can suffer. Smoking. Tobacco smoking and the consumption of large amounts of nicotine weaken the person's ability to concentrate, due to which absent-mindedness and dysfunction of certain parts of the brain rapidly develop. Lack of sleep and lack of micronutrients. Due to the lack of vitamins and other beneficial microelements, the brain simply doesn't get enough of the necessary elements for proper functioning. Rush. Due to a fast lifestyle, a person cannot concentrate properly and begins to forget things, becomes distracted, so living fast and concentrating on many tasks are not good for the memory. Injuries and some diseases, pathologies of the heart and blood vessels, thyroid gland ailments, physical injuries of the head and other diseases can lead to quick impairment of various types of memory. How can you improve your memory? Today there are many methods and exercises that will help you improve your brain function. Some of them provide the right beneficial tasks for the brain, while others improve the work of the whole body and affect the work of the brain indirectly. According to experts, it's best to use several methods together and follow some basic rules in order to achieve the result. You need to eat right. Food is the main fuel for our body. The work of the central nervous system and internal organs, including the brain, depends directly on its quality. Therefore, the consumption of fast foods, high-sugar foods, large amounts of bad fats and cholesterol will negatively affect person's ability to remember and recall information. To normalize your memory, eat fresh vegetables and fruits. Be sure to include fish in your diet and cook it with minimal use of oil. It's also necessary to add nuts and seeds to the dishes, as they provide the body with micronutrients and fiber. Eat small portions of a variety of foods, and your memory will improve on its own. 3S. The insanely fast lifestyle creates a perfect environment for the development of forgetfulness and absent-mindedness in a person. The presence of modern technology in our homes provides perfect conditions for non-stop work and the increase of the rhythm of life, which is why there are big problems with not only the physical state of the body, but also with psychological health. In order not to destroy the subconscious, it's important to remember about the method of 3S and always follow it. Sleep. The body fully rests only in sleep. Intermittent drowsiness, sleeping in transport, lack of sleep, and its short duration do not allow the person to accumulate energy. Thus, people work too hard, destroying their own brains, and the first function to suffer is memory. Sports. Any physical activity promotes the acceleration of blood flow in the body, and in the absence of physical activity, the brain will not receive the necessary amount of oxygen for proper functioning. As a result, we get forgetfulness and absent-mindedness, and over time they become more and more severe. It is necessary to do some exercises every day in order to keep the body in good shape and supply all internal organs with blood and oxygen. Stress. The condition of the brain and subconscious mind depends directly on the health of your nervous system. If you minimize the number of stressful situations in your life, you will create conditions for stable, safe, and healthy work of the whole body in general, and the brain in particular. Concentrating on some things. To become more attentive to certain things, it is necessary to do a set of exercises that will help you develop concentration. It will help you become more purposeful and stop forgetting important things. If you do not drive a car while traveling, try finding some objects and phenomena around you that are somehow connected with each other. You can start this exercise with memorizing the names of establishments that start with the same letter, or try to count passing cars of the same color. This simple exercise will improve your memorization ability, but will not overload your brain with information. It's the best point to start if you want to improve attentiveness and memory. If you're reading a text or a book, try to perform this elementary task. Mark for yourself the same combination of letters in a variety of words. And then, when you continue reading the text, try to remember how many times you have come across this letter or letter combination. You can mark them with a pencil right in the text and check yourself after you've finished reading. Try to become ambidextrous. Ambidexter is a person who equally well controls both right and left hand. This skill suggests that the hemispheres of the person's brain are developed at approximately the same level. Sometimes it's an innate skill, but it can also be acquired. Try to write with your left hand, or hold a spoon or fork with your non-working hand from time to time, or at least brush your teeth with your non-working hand 2 times a day. It will make the brain work in an unusual mode and use its reserves to improve memory, concentration, and attention. Learn foreign languages. Language learning helps improve your thinking skills and memory abilities. Because the language centers in the brain are so flexible, learning a second language can develop new areas of your mind and strengthen your brain's natural ability to focus. The studies suggest that bilingualism improves the brain's executive function. It helps with ignoring distractions to stay focused, switching attention willfully from one thing to another, and holding information in mind. Learning another language is one of the most effective and practical ways to increase intelligence, keep your mind sharp, and buffer your brain against aging. Concentrating exercises. Here are some special exercises that are practiced in kindergartens for memory development. Put 6 or 7 different objects in front of you, look at them for a few seconds, and then close your eyes and try to call them to memory in detail. Sometimes try to remember the number of products that you saw on the store shelves and how they look like. Color, size, patterns, everything matters. Gradually increase the number of objects in the exercise, then make longer pauses between when you look at the objects and when you try to call them to memory with your eyes closed. The main reason why these exercises are used in children is that they improve visual perception of objects and teach the brain to distinguish different qualities of objects. It would be good for people of any age. And if you're a parent of a small child, be sure to practice these exercises to develop baby's attention. Puzzles and brain teasers. Puzzles definitely affect the brain in the most positive way. You may start from solving simple brain teasers and build them up over time to increase the productivity of gray matter. Thus, you can develop concentration and ability to find the most unusual and effective ways to solve various problems. Puzzles will help you train perseverance and mindfulness. Small elements of the puzzle picture will make your brain concentrate and so improve the immediate memory, which is one of the main components of high general performance. Get a genetic test. Long-term memory and brain capacity are determined by the genetic code. After birth, these abilities develop in childhood, and it's very hard to improve them in adulthood. If you have impairments of long-term memory, they're most likely hereditary. To check your level of long-term memory, you can order a DNA test and based on its results find if you're prone to forgetfulness. Thus, you will be able to identify the type of problem and work out the right method of improving memory. What to do after you have known the results of the test? After you get clear results of the DNA test, you should examine it and check the possibility of problems with different types of memory in the future. The organization that runs the test will definitely help you. According to this information, you'll be able to make up the right training program for your brain and different types of memory. To improve immediate memory, it is necessary to do exercises on searching for common features in different objects or certain patterns in music. To improve your short-term memory, you can download some good apps to your smartphone or computer. The best tasks are those that make you repeat certain actions. For example, to tap on the images in a specific sequence. To stimulate the development and improvement of long-term memory, it's necessary to learn new information. For example, you can start mastering programming, learn a new language, for example Spanish or Japanese, or start studying the field of science that interests you. Working memory is trained by quizzes, mazes, charades, and other games that take brain activity. Folk remedies for improving memory. Along with training and exercises, you can use folk methods to improve your memory. Here are some of the most popular methods. Drink sage tincture. It will increase the level of acetylcholine in the body, and this compound is essential for memory function. Chocolate helps control the formation of stress hormones and has a positive effect on the circulatory system. Chocolate also stimulates the hippocampus, which improves memory directly. Green tea is a powerful antioxidant that eliminates stress and anxiety. It will help improve concentration and some of the brain processes linked to memory. Ginseng is used in the treatment of many diseases. It stimulates the production of red blood cells, strengthens the immune system, and improves the blood circulation in the brain, which is especially important for good memory. That's all we wanted to tell you today. On this channel, you will find videos about the benefits of different foods, about diseases and effective methods of their treatment, as well as interesting information about housekeeping and gardening. So make sure to subscribe to Big Progress and ring the bell. Click the like button under the video and share it with your family and friends. See you soon!